Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber. I don't ever remember thinking I wanted to be like Justin Bieber, but that was fun. Yvonne comes up again. Yep. Also in rock and roll, you had some of the African American movement, like Motown in Detroit. Chuck Berry.
When did the Four Seasons come up?
Four Seasons? I think that was the 70s. I could be wrong. You might want to look that up. So, has anybody ever seen Back to the Future?
Yeah.
You know that scene where Marty gets up on stage and he's just rocking out with his guitar?
Yeah.
That's Chuck Berry that he's playing. And so his cousin Marvin Berry is there and he's like, "Hey Chuck, I've got that new sound you've been looking for." Well, 1955, Marty McFly is up there playing Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry comes out in 1957. And he's
just copyrighted.
Yeah, right. Also in the 50s is the golden age of television. And we're talking, so remember we said something along the lines of during the day you couldn't actually like turn on the TV and expect to see a show, right? It was only like in the early morning programming for children and then prime time. But prime time is huge in the 50s because when the guys get home from work, when the women get home from work, this is what they do. They turn on their television and then they watch I Love Lucy, the Andy Griffith Show, the Ed Sullivan Show, American Bandstand, which is kind of like the 50s version of MTV a little bit. Like, it basically, like, you had the big band at the time, whoever it was, Elvis, and Dick Clark would just film like teenagers dancing to it. That was basically what American Bandstand was. The Lone Ranger. Has anybody seen the movie? I heard it wasn't very good.
Oh yeah.
But the show was a little bit racist. Like it probably wouldn't fly very well today. But in the 50s it was fun. You also had baseball. I'm a huge baseball fan. But in the 50s, like, everybody was a baseball fan. If you like sports, you like baseball. Today, you can like football and not like baseball. In the 50s, if you like sports, you like baseball. And there was one team that was just huge in the 50s. The Yankees. So there were guys like Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford, and this guy. Does anybody know who this is?
Joe DiMaggio. No.
It's not Joe DiMaggio. It's actually
Babe Ruth.
Not Babe Ruth. But this is like, if you're a 10-year-old boy, this is your hero in the 50s. Mickey Mantle.
Wait, what?
Mickey what?
Mickey Mantle. And so again, in the 50s, you can actually watch the sports on TV, right? Because television was expanding. Before you'd listen to the baseball games on the radio. Now you can actually watch your heroes like Mickey Mantle play in the games and you can watch them. Okay, so if we could sum up in like one sentence or two sentences what's going on in the 50s, what would you say?
A lot of stuff about pop culture,
Okay, specifically,
like TV and musicians and stuff.
TV, musicians.
Industrialization.
Say that again?
What?
Industrialization. Yeah, with like automation and stuff. Yeah.
People are really happy and they're spending money.
Yeah, people are happy. Things are good. We're gonna spend money, right? Again, it goes back to that affluent society, consumerism, the rise of the suburbs. So what I want you to do on the back of your sheets, this can be done in pencil, I don't really care. I want you to draw me a picture that, oh yeah, it's going to be great, I'm sure. Every one of you is great artists. I want you to draw me a picture of one or more elements from the 50s that you think kind of defines the era. It can be like a political cartoon or a drawing, but just make sure that I know what you're trying to get across, right? So if you need labels, you can give labels.
Well, wasn't it Disney when Disney was
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good drawing. We've spoken about it, but there's no trying to get there. It happens.
Trying to study your city.
Oh.